Hi guys, this is part 2 for the video tutorial. Alright, let's continue. I'm going to select these edges here in the middle. I'm going to hit connect, and I want to split just one time. Click OK, just like so. Now since we don't have to weld all these here, we can just split this in half once we're ready to split it pretty much. Okay. Now the reason I'm not doing it right away is because I want to make sure that I have everything kind of set before I do that. Everything kind of set that I need to do when both of them are together before I do anything else. Okay, so far it looks okay. Um, so let's just do that. I'm going to go to the front viewport, go to my polygon level, and I'm going to select this one side. Make sure I'm selecting the side that's bad. Okay, I'm going to hit delete. And then I'm going to add the symmetry modifier right on top of here. Okay, now here's the deal with the symmetry modifier. It's a little harder to use than the other one. Okay, first I want to do is click on flip. Okay, then I'm going to go to mirror, and then I'm going to rotate this 45 degrees, because remember when we first made this, we had to rotate it 45 degrees. Same thing, you want to rotate it 45 degrees, and then you're going to move this in just like so. Okay, so it's not as simple as the other one, but this one just involves a little bit more rotation than the other one. There we go. So everything should be well in. These should be fine now. So we have our shelves down. Now the cool thing about these is that, hey, you know how we get a retract or a shelf so we can place different places, different sizes? You can do that exactly the same thing with these. So you can have it, so you have big things on the top, so however you guys want it. So that's a cool thing about it, and the reason that's why we want to just have them one rows and not like million polygons for each one of them. Okay, next thing I want to do is go to edge, and actually I'm sorry, we're going to go back to our front viewport, and I'm going to do two things. One, I'm going to make a door for up here, and then two, I'm going to make a box for down here. Okay, so there's a couple of ways you can do it. You can just make a rectangle and then chamfer the edges. Use the bevel tool if you need to. Probably one of the easiest ways to do it here. Let me put a different color to this so I can see it a little better. Something like so. Okay. I'm gonna add edit spline to this. And I'm gonna move these down just a little bit, and that should be okay. You just want to make sure that this is something close like that. Okay, there's gotta be some kind of room in the middle, but not that much. Okay, this would have a little bit of gap here. Okay, actually I think this could, yeah, that's fine. Okay, the reason also I keep gap down here is because we're gonna bevel this, so it's gonna come out a bit more. Okay, perspective viewport, I'm gonna move this up front, and I'm gonna do is add bevel to this, starting level 1, height. Okay, now here you can say, I want this part's going to go down, this part's going to go at level 2, it's going to be flat, and then level 3, it's going to be the opposite of this. So outline would be opposite of level 1. So -6, positive 0.6, height 1, 1. Let's just make this one height of 1 also, just to keep it even. Okay, so something like that. So it's very it's kind of doorish. Now you can move this however you want to. Actually like the other one better. And then I think I'm gonna bring down my bevels, something like that. Okay, that looks more natural. Alright, so and all you have to do is just kind of push this in here to make it fit in that spot. That's one of the reasons why we had this extra space here, so because we were gonna put something like this in. Next, what I want to do is my pivot for this door. So I want to click on effect hierarchy up here, effect pivot only, and I'm gonna move this guy over this way. Okay, and this would go where the hinges would kind of line up, so about here. Okay, and then I want to move this up this way to about where the hinges are going to be lined up again. So if I look at it from the side, the hinge is probably going to come out to about so. Okay, and then next we're going to do is turn off effect pivot only. Make sure you turn this off. Click on rotate, and then you want to rotate it, and then things you want to look for is any kind of penetration between these two. So far it looks like there's completely open space between them, so which is good. That's what we're looking for. Okay, the top, the bottom, everything. Right, so that's kind of what it is for that. And then on top of this, we're going to add another edit poly to add a little more detail to this. Okay, select this very outer polygon. Now what you can do is, here's the option. You can do both at the same time, or you can just do one. So let me just do both so you guys can see how these kind of work. So I'm going to select those two and click on bevel, and I only want to bring my height down for this. So again, this would be kind of like the frame for the door. Okay, so inside you could have glass if you need to. Hit apply and continue. Turn off the bevel, bring the height down like so. Now note, if I change one, the other side changes also, and I'm gonna bring this bevel in just a little bit like that. Okay, and click OK. So you get something like so. Kind of cool. Actually, not that cool. I believe that I might have overcrossed them a little bit. So I'm gonna bring the bevel down. Okay, I'm gonna click apply and OK. Turn off my height, and then bring my bevel down and bring my height up like so. There we go. That should be fine. Okay, and then one more time is oops, and then hit apply continue, and then this time just the height just a little bit, not so much, just kind of have that sharp just to create a sharp kind of edge there. So 0, and then just a little bit, just like that. Okay, like so. So that's down. Now you can have it, you can change it however you feel like it, but this is what I'm kind of going for right now. Okay, real quick, I'm gonna hit mirror up here, and I want to say instance, and I want to mirror on the X. Now watch this here. Click OK, and move this over. Okay, now if you're creating these with exact measurements, this will be so much easier for you guys than it's for me, because you can just type in the numbers you want and then it'll move it to those places. Okay, so something like that. And you see how these are kind of over, crossing each other. I can just select one of them, move it over, the other one will follow it like so. Something like that. So now if I open these up, change my pivot point here. Okay, those rotate off the hinges. They're not rotating how I want them to, but they're going to be rotating off the hinges. Alright, so we have that down. Next part, really quick, is I'm going to create another rectangle. This one's going to be for the drawers that we have. Again, same thing, edit spline. I'm going to go to rectangle and something like so. You can select that guy so I don't lose them. Okay, now this one we're gonna create the head for it, and also we're gonna create the back that indents them too. Alright, so one, want to get the height about right, you know, even if you don't have the height right, which is okay. So all I'm gonna do is use the extrude, and I'm gonna extrude this out first, something like so. You don't want it to be too big or too small, just about, you know, it's kind of evenish kind of there. Okay, next I'm going to add an edit poly on top of this. Go to polygon, select this inside one, click on bevel, bring down the outline, hit apply and continue, and then bring down the height and zero out the outline. Okay, click OK. So we have the inside part. Now to do the outside part, select this outer polygon, same thing as the other one. We're going to bevel it out first, okay, and then just give it a little bit of height, just like 0.1, so it doesn't intersect against each other. So now this can be as high or however your design is going to be. Hit apply and OK. Let's turn off our bevel and then bring in our height, something like so. Then continue. Now this time I'm going to bring down my height and then bring down my bevel just a little bit, just to, you know, kind of round out this edge here. Like so. Apply and continue, and then bring down my bevel. Oops, not too much, just a little bit, like so. And then apply and continue, and bring down my height, and yeah, so that you guys can kind of see, like, this is like multiple times you have to do this, but it's much easier than trying to create, it's, you know, it's a little more easier than trying to create some other ways. Okay, something like so. And I'm just gonna move this in place here. Okay, you're gonna run into these kind of problems, don't worry about those yet. And also these here, so you want to fix these up. So left viewport, oops, left viewport, and then go into vertex, oops, sorry, vertex under edit poly, and then move this guy in to about there, and you can probably make this a little bit bigger there, and move this whole thing up. Like so, half point, and then same here, about halfway. Oh, this one would be about all the way, like so. Something like that. Okay? And then all you have to do is hold down Shift and then move it down. Reference it, instance it 2 times. So it comes actually one more time, 3 times. Something like so. So those fit in that spot. That's exactly how you want them. Okay? So now you can actually go in here and then go to vertex and then move these out a little bit more if you need to. If you want to cover up this whole section, that's really up to you. But note that you only have to do it one time on one of them, not all of them. So you can say, you know, this part, or just the outside, you want it to kind of stretch out a little bit more. All of them will kind of move with it. If it looks too funky, don't do it. But if you like it, do it. You can also move the cabinet itself, change the width of the cabinet to match these two. Okay, so something like that. So we have our doors down, and all of these should work fine, so they open. Presentation wise, like so. Alright, cool. Now I'm running up on time again, so part 3 we're going to add in details, and that will be it, guys.